welcome to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic. So let's start. When this number system, that is 1, 2, 3 and so on, these were not invented, at that time tally mark is used to denote the number or for counting purpose. See, this is the number and this is the corresponding tally mark. To denote 1, there is 1 tally. To denote 2, there is 2 tally mark. For 3, this. For 4, this. For 5, 4 and this one. Then 6, 7 and so on. But when this tally mark was not invented, what was the idea for counting? Suppose a dairyman has a number of cows. In each morning, the cows leave the house, that is cow house, and they come back to the farm at the evening. Then, how can the dairyman check that the same number of cows come back who leave the farm? So, for this checking, what they did not have any number so that they can count. So, they just check the corresponding food bucket in front of the cows. So, there are some number of food buckets corresponding to each cows. That is, for each cow there is a food bucket, or corresponding to each food bucket there is a cow. So see, there is a 1-1 correspondence between each cow and each food bucket and corresponding to its food bucket. So we get a bijection mapping between a cow and the corresponding food bucket. So we conclude that bijection gives count, but count does not give bijection. So next we come to the definition of infinite set. So infinite set. A set, capital A, is called an infinite set if there exists a proper subset B and there exists a bijection between A and B. So, a set capital A is called infinite set if there exists a proper subset B and there exists a bijection between A and B. Now, what is a finite set? So, a set capital A is called a finite set if A is not infinite, or in other words we can say that consider a set Jn consists of 1 to up to n set of these numbers and denote it as Jn. Now if there exists a bijection between A and Jn, then we can say that A is a finite set and finite set of n elements. A has a number of elements. Okay. So, next we come to the countable set. So, what about a countable set? Now, a set capital A is called a countable set if there exists a bijection between the set A and the set of all natural numbers n. So, if there exists a bijection between A and n, then A is called countable set. Is called a countable set. Now what about uncountable set? Okay, see, if there exists a bijection between A and Jn, then A is called a finite set, and if there exists a bijection between A and n, set of all natural numbers, script n, then A is called a countable set. So what about uncountable set? A set capital A is called uncountable if A is neither countable nor finite. Next, we come to this point, that is cardinality of a set, say capital A. So cardinality of a set capital A, what is this? Cardinality of a set capital A, this is denoted by this symbol and or card A. Okay, so cardinality of a set capital A, this is denoted by this symbol or card A, and it is defined by the number of elements contained in A. So suppose A has n number of elements, then say that cardinality of A is n. So defined by the number of elements contained in A. Now suppose A and B be two sets, and okay, for two sets A and B, if cardinality A equal to cardinality B, this holds, then when this hold? So for two set A and B, cardinality A equal to cardinality B, if there exists a bijection between A and B. And in the previous class we have discussed that if two sets have same cardinalities, then we say that A and B have same potency, that is this cardinality or cardinal number. It can be, I am writing cardinal number, it can be called as potency, as I told in the previous classes. So in case A and B have same potency, or we can say that if there exists a bijection between A and B, then A is equipotent with B, that is A and B have same potency, or it is denoted by in this way. Now what about this? Cardinality A less than cardinality B, when it holds? So for two sets cardinality A less than cardinality B, it holds if there exists an injective map between A and B, or there exists an injective map from A into B. So I use that term also. Injective map from A into B. But there is no surjection, that is, but not any bijection from A onto B or A into B. So cardinality A is less than cardinality B, that is A has less cardinality than B when it holds if there exists an injective map from A into B but no surjection, that is no bijection. So in our next classes we shall discuss more interesting topics. Keep watching and thanks to everyone.